I'm going to continue presentation this slide, which is 1.4 trends in human resource management. Let's imagine we're walking into a workplace 20 years ago. Everything was paper-based. Employees worked fixed hours, and HR was mainly just about hiring and payroll. Now we look at the present. Workplaces are full of digital, flexible, and globally connected. Employees expect more than just a salary. They want purpose, balance, and growth to achieve their successful in personal life. This transformation shows us one important thing. Human resource management is constantly evolving. Technology, globalization, demographics, and economic changes are continuously reshaping how organizations are managing people. So today we're gonna to explore the key trends in human resource management and how they are shaping organizations both globally and in Malaysia. Firstly, technical and automation. Technology and automation. Okay. In the past, human resource managers spent hours to handle paperwork. But today, many Malaysia companies use systems like kakitanga.com and Payroll Panda to automate payroll, leave applications, and employees reports. We imagine an employee facing an emergency situation. He needs to apply the leave. Instead of filling out forms and waiting days for approval, everything now can be done in a second with just a few clicks to get the approval done. On a global scale, companies like Amazon can go even further. They use advanced HR systems and data analytics to manage hundreds, thousands of employees across different countries. So what does it mean? Automation doesn't replace HR. It empowers, strengthens the human resource management. It makes processes faster, reducing the error, and allows HR professionals to focus more on human capital rather than paperwork. Secondly, future workplace is also the trends in HRM, and we can describe future workplace in two terms, which is inclusive and flexible. Okay. Now let's picture the workplace of the future. It's no longer about working 9 to 5 in the office every day. Instead, it's about flexibility and inclusivity. In Malaysia, companies like Petronas have introduced hybrid work arrangements. Employees can work from home part of the week, giving them better work-life balance while still maintaining the productivity. At the same time, inclusivity is becoming a priority. For example, Maybank actively promotes diversity by supporting women in leadership roles and creating opportunities for differently able individuals. Why does this matter? This is because when employees feel respected, included, and trusted, they can perform better. A flexible and inclusive workplace is no longer just a benefit, it is an expectation in reality. Okay. Thirdly, diversity and inclusion is also the trends in human resource management. Okay. Okay. We think about the picture in scenario. Malaysia is a multicultural society made up of Malay, Chinese, Indians, and many indigenous communities. This diversity can provide strength, but it also needed careful management. HR managers must ensure that all employees feel mutually respectful and that cultural differences become a source of collaboration, not conflict. We take Asia as an example. With operation across Southeast Asia, their workforce includes people from many different backgrounds. Their human resource policies promote cross-cultural teamwork, which enhances creativity, innovation, and customer service. So diversity is not just about fairness, it's about performance. Companies that manage diversity can well gain a strong competitive advantage. Okay. Furthermore, human resource strategy integration. Okay. We discuss about how HRM is becoming more strategic. in the business and within an organization. Okay. In the past, human resource was seen as a support function, but today, human resource is deeply involved in shaping business success. We take Tesla as an example. When Tesla builds a new gigafactory, human resource doesn't just hire workers randomly. Instead, they carefully plan for engineers, technicians, and specialists who can adapt to advanced technologies. Human resource also works closely with technical teams to design training programs to ensure employees can keep up with the innovations like AI-driven manufacturing and battery technology. This shows that HR is no longer just about managing people, it's also building the right talent for the future. Okay, in Malaysia's situation, we can see in a similar approach in top growth. During the COVID-19 pandemic, human resources play a key role in scaling the workforce quickly while ensuring employees had the necessary skills to meet global demand. This is why we call strategic HRM, aligning people with business goals. Okay. Okay. Now we're going to discuss external factors which affecting the trends in human resource management. Okay. We have seen how technology, inclusivity, and diversity are transforming human resource management from within the organization. But let's take a step outside for a moment. Because HR managers don't operate in cannot control the environment. They are constantly responding to forces beyond their control, okay, such as the global markets, economic pressures, changing populations. All of these external factors that could shape how organizations managing their people. In many ways, HR is like a navigator which adjusting direction to perform the business as the external environment continuously changing. So now we're going to explore the key external factors that reshape HRM today. That is shaping HRM today. Okay. Firstly, globalization and competition. Okay. We imagine a company that's no longer limited by borders. That is the reality of globalization. In Malaysia, companies like Asia, which operate across multiple countries, their HR teams must manage employees for different cultures, languages, and legal systems, all at the same time. But globalization also brings competition because a talented Malaysian programmer today doesn't just look at local jobs. They might choose to work for global companies like Google or Microsoft. This creates a challenge for local company. How do you attract and retain the top talent in a global market? The answer lies in human resource. HR must become globally aware, competitive, and innovative in how they manage people. Okay. The second external factor, economic changes. Now let's think about how unpredictable economy can be. When economy is strong, companies can expand the size company, and can also hire more people and offer better benefits to employee for the human capital lah. But during difficult times, every situation change. The situation change. During the COVID-19 pandemic, many Malaysia SME enterprises struggle to survive. Human resource managers had to make tough decisions, cutting costs while still trying to protect employees. Some introduced flexible pay, reduced working hours, or temporary leave arrangements. And even today, rising inflation continues to put pressure on both companies and employees' situation. This means Human resource must constantly balance two things: the financial health of the company and the well-being of employees. It's not an easy role, but it's a critical one. Thirdly, demographic shifts. Okay, now we look at the people themselves. The workforce also changing. Malaysia has a relatively young population, full of energy, ideas, and digital skills. At the same time, the certain industries are seeing an aging workforce. So, human resource faces a unique challenge. How do you support both groups at once? For younger employees, it's about growth, flexibility, and purpose. For older employees, it may involve training and to adapt to new technology. For example, in manufacturing industries, automation is increasing. This means experienced workers may need digital training to stay relevant. So, human resource is not just managing employee, instead they are managing generation, expectation and transitions. Okay. So lastly, so when we look at the bigger picture, we can see that human resource management is constantly shaped by powerful external forces. Globalization, economic changes, demographic shifts, and so on. For an Asia, that managing international teams, to patronage which preparing for future energy, and to manage using data-driven decisions, and so on. In here, we can conclude one thing. HRM is no longer just an administrative function. It's strategy force that helps organizations survive the uncertainty future and adapt to change, grow in a competitive world. And the external environment will still continue to evolve. So HR managers can only do more than respond. They must anticipate, adapt, and lead the whole human resource forward. Because in the end, the success of any organizations will not leave how the human how will not leave the human resource management how good on uh yeah the purpose of the human resource management. That's all for me.
My name is Cha Singin from BTMI Session 2 in Group 1. For my part, I need to present the 6 external factors affecting HRMs. Okay, the first is political environments. It's about labor laws and policies. We must stay complex to avoid legal risks. And the second is economic environments. For this, markets ups and downs affect our hearings, budgets, and employers' benefits. And the third is technological advance. Some like ChatGPT, Gemini, it automates our routine tasks, allowing HR to focus on more strategic works. And the fourth is environmental sustainability. We need to focus on CSR, is corporate social responsibility, to build a better company image. And the five is labor markets. We need to change labor markets will affect our hiring and retentions. We need to update with last market trends. And the last is globalizations. In this, we need inclusive policies to manage our diverse and multicultural workforce and cultural sensitivity training for employers.